Hi everyone. I haven't done a video in a while, and I'm doing this video because I've seen a lot of YouTube video recently that discuss Jehovah's Witnesses and pedophilia and how they deal with it. Um, Based on what I've seen, what's come out of the organization, I find it to be disgusting at the minimum. Stephen Lett wants to blanketly say that every one of the people that have come forward to say that they've been molested or harmed by their relationship with Jehovah's Witnesses is a liar. And as we know, no one is perfectly perfect, and no one can do everything wrong all the time. They may accidentally do something right. So to make that type of blanket statement regarding people who talk about their experiences or either bring lawsuits about their experiences with their exposure to Jehovah's Witnesses and to call all of them liars is very convenient for them. They call them liars, but yet they're still paying people money to silence them, making where they sign a agreement if they take a settlement not to speak out against this. If the person is a liar, why pay them money? There is no reason to shut them up. Let them talk. Let them talk. Because the thing is that you call yourselves the truth. But for Jehovah's Witnesses, the truth is relative. I think in the video that Kim and Mike put up, there was a talk where this person stated that apostates go back and they find things from the 1800s or 1900s that the Jehovah's Witnesses had printed and or said. And they're like, how could you believe that? Well, we have a lot of things in this world that stand the test of time. Let me give you an example. The Constitution of the United States, very old document, doesn't change. Same thing, unless we add amendments to it. It's an older document, but what it has there and what's been there, unless something is added to it, it doesn't change. We don't go back and say, well, we wrote the preamble now, but we don't mean it at all. No. The thing is out of the mouth, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And those are your words. From the early 1900s, that's what you believed. Jehovah's Witnesses is no more than a bait and switch. This is classic. They want to tell you something and change it next week. Oh, here's a coupon for 50% off. Oh, no, it's really not. It's only if you stand on one foot and if you're a woman and your hair is done in the updo. Oops, sorry. It changes. They have new light all the time. Nothing ever changes the same. It stays the same. They have to change the way things are to keep people in the organization. Additionally, I was watching two videos, one for JW Fairy Tale, and I can't remember the other one. If I remember it, I'll put a link in this video. Anyway, he was talking about the fact that the Jehovah's Witnesses treat children like adults, and he is dead on the money about that. Just like in Scientology, children are not children. They're just small humans, small adults. And it's the same way. They disseminate their information no differently for their parents, for children. They like to throw the words young ones, young ones, young ones. Notice they never call them children. They call them young ones. Young indicates an age or a number. They don't really care that this person is physically smaller, that their psychology and their brain hasn't developed to a point of understanding things. Those things don't matter. They're just young ones. See, to call them young ones, it's very few people say, this is my young one. No, that's my child. That imparts love. They have no love amongst them. These people are no more than a number, pushing and peddling their Watchtower and Awakes and their other books just to make a profit. That is it. And the fact that they would prefer for pedophiles to be in their organization than a person who is simply asking questions and trying to understand has to be disfellowship is just crazy to me. What that just means is that you have to think about it. Why are they protecting pedophiles? Why are they doing that? Why are they, as JW Fairy Tale said, doubling down on these pedophiles? Why? It has to be a reason. It has to be a reason that if the true understanding of how they deal with this was known, like the fullness of it, it has to affect them where they really have hurt the most, hurts them with their money. Has to be. It has to be. I wouldn't even be surprised if they were a part of sexual trafficking. I'm not saying that they are, but there are cases where they talk about where a person has been molested and they've moved to another congregation to get away, only for their molester to come into that congregation. I'm not saying sexual trafficking, but it is pretty interesting on how that happens. They don't have any concern, love, or understanding for anyone. They only understand one thing, the almighty dollar at the end of the day. And this whole thing about charging interest on money that people are borrowing for these hovels that they call Kingdom Halls, the amount of money that these people are paying for that particular local is ridiculous. And they have to pay 6% interest on the money that they're paying back. They're making money hand over foot. They could give a crap about the worldwide preaching work. And it's interesting, if you listen to that clip with Kim and Mike, the guy makes a comment about saying, I can't remember the exact comment, but he basically is saying that basically Jehovah's Witnesses will be dead and in the ground. He basically slips there and basically makes it seem as if the new system's never going to come. Basically, you guys are going to be dead in the ground. And I was like, wow, he didn't even realize that. Go back and listen to it if you can. Go back and listen to it. Listen to that one and see if you can pick up what I picked up in that video. But not to mention, also to mention, their support of the pedophiles and protecting them and protecting abusers that abuse their spouses, telling women things like, well, your husband's abusing you, you should have sex with them tonight. How are you going to have sex with somebody to kick off in your behind? How is that possible? He is beating the crap out of you. Honey, is this floor play? Should I turn this way? No, that is not how that works. That is not how that works. It angers me and it makes me sad at the same time. My mother and my brother and my sister-in-law now are all trapped inside of this foolery. And it bothers me that my mother has been taken from me. I never had the mother and father that I should have had because they were exposed to this religion. I am definitely going to put the links to some documents and some information about how children respond in cults. All of it doesn't pertain to Jehovah's Witnesses because there's certain things that our particular cult, for those in the SJ community, it doesn't affect us because that wasn't something that happened. But there are a lot of things that do line up with it. It's sad to me, too, that they don't have any love amongst them. They swear, oh, we're such a loving organization. No, that's just on the surface. You just love bomb people when you first get them. That's just a technique of brainwashing within your cult. If you really absolutely love the people that you say that you care about and you're shepherding your flock, you would disfellowship every person on that list that you have that is a pedophile. You know they are known pedophiles, and you know this. There are people who have actually been convicted, went to jail for actually doing something, and they even said they molested the person, and you're still okay with that. I hope that anyone that stumbles across this video that is not a Jehovah's Witness and you do have a child and the person is coming and knocking on your door, when you come to that door, you need to tell them, thank you for coming, but I'm sorry I have children here and I am not sure if you are a molester. So I thank you for you coming by, but I'm going to need you not to come back to my property. Because they won't release the list, you cannot determine who is who. And I know J.W. Fairytale said not every Jehovah's Witness is a molester. I'm aware of that. But if they can't produce the list to let people know who is in danger, we have to treat everyone like they could be a potential danger to someone else. I'm sorry. I mean, I have friends with children and that are not Jehovah's Witnesses, and I tell them all the time, when those people come, do not let them in. Do not leave them with your child. Do not do it, because you do not know what's going to happen. If they don't care about the children within the organization, they're not going to give two hoots about you or your child. They only see you as the next convert so you can be out there peddling their crap. If they had any love amongst themselves, they would really want to protect women, children, those that were abused, and they would absolutely disfellowship every last pedophile in their organization and kick them out. The governing body doesn't want a clean organization. Like I said before, they are the most piss poor communicators with Jehovah. They can never get it right, and the lights ever changes. Stop this. Stop the no love. Disfellowship all the pedophiles that you know of, governing body. Disfellowship all of them.